Hello, my friends. Welcome to the very first episode of Unlocked English, a podcast where we talk about real ways to improve your English in simple, clear language. My name is Ryan, and I'm your host. I'm here to help you make English part of your everyday life in a natural and fun way. If you are someone who studies English, but it still feels like you're always translating in your head, or you speak slowly because you're trying to find the right words, this episode is for you. Today, we're talking about one of the most common questions English learners ask. How can I start thinking in English? I know it's not easy. I've been there too. But trust me, it's possible. And I'll show you how. So grab your coffee or tea, relax, and let's start our journey together. Part 1. Why should you think in English? Thinking in English is one of the best ways to become fluent. When you think in English, you don't have to stop and translate every word from your native language. You start to speak faster, more naturally, and more confidently. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine someone asks you, "What did you eat for breakfast?" If you first think in your own language, translate it into English, and then speak. So, it takes time. Your brain gets tired, and your answer sounds slower or less natural. But if you think directly in English, you can just say, "I had eggs and toast." Simple, fast, and clear. Thinking in English helps you train your brain to use English automatically, without translation. It's like building a habit. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Part 2. Start small. Now, here's the most important thing. Don't try to think about everything in English right away. Start small, really small. You can begin with short, simple thoughts. For example, it's morning. I'm hungry. I need to go to work. The weather is nice today. That's it. These small sentences are perfect because they are part of your daily life. If you try to think about difficult ideas at first, like politics or philosophy, your brain will get tired. But if you start with simple daily sentences, you'll slowly train your brain to switch languages. So, step 1. Start with short thoughts. Part 3. Describe your surroundings. The second step is to describe what you see around you, in your mind. For example, right now, I could think, I'm sitting in my room, my laptop is open, I have a cup of coffee, it's quiet. You can do this anywhere, at home, on the bus, while walking, even before bed. Just look around and make short sentences in English in your mind. It doesn't need to be perfect. Don't worry about grammar. The goal is to make your brain comfortable with English words and structures. If you do this often, English becomes part of your thinking process, not something you only use in class. Okay, the next part. Talk to yourself in English. Yes, I know. This sounds funny, but it really works. You can talk to yourself in English, quietly or even out loud. For example, in the morning, you can say, "Okay, I need to get up. I should brush my teeth. What should I wear today?" Or when you're cooking, "I need to cut the tomatoes. Where is the salt? Oh, I forgot the spoon. This is simple daily language, and it's exactly what helps you start thinking in English. You don't need a partner for this practice. You are your best practice partner. It may feel strange at first, but it's powerful. Remember, thinking and speaking are connected. If you train your brain to think in English, speaking will come more naturally. Okay, next part. Use what you hear. Another great way to think in English is to use what you already hear in movies, podcasts, and songs. When you hear a phrase that sounds natural, repeat it in your head. For example, if you hear, "That sounds great," say it again quietly to yourself. Try to imagine a real situation where you could use that phrase. Maybe your friend invites you somewhere. "Hey, let's go to the park." Then you can imagine answering, "That sounds great." This is called active listening. You're not just hearing English, you're using it in your thoughts. So, the next time you watch a movie, don't just read the subtitles. Listen carefully. Repeat short sentences and imagine yourself saying them. Guys, stop worrying about mistakes. Many learners are afraid of thinking in English because they think they'll make mistakes. But here is a secret. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to communicate and to practice. If you think too much about grammar or rules, you'll never speak naturally. Let your brain relax. When you make mistakes, your brain learns faster. So don't worry. Keep thinking, keep speaking, and keep going. The more you practice, the better you'll get. Surround yourself with English. If you want to think in English, you need to live with English, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country. Here are some simple ways to do that. Change your phone language to English. Follow English pages on Instagram or YouTube. Listen to English podcasts like this one. Read simple English books or blogs. When English is all around you, your brain starts to connect words automatically. You don't even realize it, but you start to think in English without trying. Let's make a quick plan you can follow every day. For example, morning. Think about your day in English. What will I do today? What do I need to finish? Or during the day, you can say, describe what you're doing. I'm walking to work. I'm buying coffee. I'm checking my email. Reflect in English. Oh, today was good. I learned something new. I was tired, but I finished my work. If you do this every day, even for just 10 minutes, you'll see big changes in a few weeks. Be patient and stay positive. Learning to think in English takes time, and that's okay. Some days it will feel easy. Other days it might feel difficult. Don't give up. Every small effort counts. Every sentence you think in English is a step forward. Remember, children don't learn a language overnight. They listen, they repeat, they make mistakes, and they keep trying. You can do the same. Be patient with yourself and enjoy the process. So, my friends, let's review what we talked about today. To start thinking in English, Start with simple thoughts. Describe what's around you. Talk to yourself in English. Use phrases you hear in real. Don't worry about mistakes. Surround yourself with English and practice a little every day. That's it. Thinking in English is not something that happens overnight. It's something you build slowly, but once you start, it becomes natural and automatic. Thank you for listening to Unlocked English podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow the podcast and share it with your friends who are learning English too. I'm Ryan, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep thinking in English. Bye for now.